All right, Ripple XRP holders, welcome back to the channel. So we have some big news to talk about in today's video. Bitcoin up over 13% the past week, sitting at $41,000. It finally cracked 40K. And we see a lot of the altcoins following. Solana up 12%, Cardano 7%, Dogecoin up 15%. XRP is only up 3%. So what gives? It's sitting at 62 cents right now. We're going to be talking about the XRP to the US dollar price chart. We're talking about Tether. We're talking about Bitcoin. And we're going to be sharing with you guys some top projects that we have on the radar. And I'm going to share with you what's going on the charts to be ready for right now. With the crypto fear and greed index creeping closer and closer to extreme greed, I do have a warning for you in this video to be ready for on when a correction could be taking place that you do not want to miss. So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed, comment 777 if you're feeling bullish. And if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, confirm it by taking your putter, grabbing that like button and subscribe button and just tapping them in, sink the putt. We're doing it for grandma. We're beating the SEC and we're buying her house back with crypto. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So looking at the Bitcoin to the US dollar price chart, we see Bitcoin approaching a 50% retracement, nearly $42,700. We're $41,800 right now. And this is the zone that I'm watching all the way up to a 0.786, which is close to the all-time high. It was really the high of April of 2021 right here. That was the true high for Bitcoin. This high, which is the actual all-time high, was actually the complacency dead cat bounce that people were getting out of the market for based on Google trends. And so the real high for Bitcoin is actually right here in terms of interest and search volume and SEO and keyword research. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video is going to give you a good macro market look. And then also we're going to be talking about some other projects that are going to see massive liquidity flow into when this bull run really heats up. Remember, guys, we're just barely starting this bull run. We have yet to see Bitcoin's halving take place. In the zones that we're going to be looking for on the price chart, is roughly between where we are right now, all the way upwards of almost 60K. That would be the upper echelon of how high I think we could go before we see a correction take place. Now, again, don't buy, don't sell anything we talk about on our channel. All educational purposes only. So if you guys have no experience with trading, then remember the trend is your friend. So looking at Bitcoin right here on the RSI, we're sitting at 81. But looking in the past bull run, when the trend was up and the RSI pushed upwards of 70, we stayed above 70 for an extended period of time, all the way until April of 2021. Bitcoin first breached 70 on the RSI all the way back here in October of 2020 when we passed the high of 2019. You guys can see Bitcoin went up to it, tested it, got rejected, came back down. And we saw this massive cup and handle formation right here. The cup, the handle, the resistance right here, and then the breakout. So what we're seeing right now for Bitcoin is something very, very similar. We're seeing the cup form right here leading up until the end of the year into January for the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. I would most likely expect a handle formation to be formed until April, seeing a correction going into the halving, consolidation period sideways, and then towards the summer, towards the end of 2024, then the end, we start to see the breakout in September to December for Bitcoin. This is how I would expect the chart to play out. Now, how deep will the handle in the correction be? I mean, it could be all the way back down to $30,000, $32,000. That's anyone's guess on how deep this correction will go into the halving. But this is what I'm expecting to play out, because when we look on the RSI right here, we're sitting at 81 and the RSI has yet to see a blow off top, upwards of 90 to 100. And I think that's going to happen leading into the spot Bitcoin ETFs between January 5th and January 10th. So December is going to be a bullish month. Now, a lot of people expect December to be a bearish month leading into Christmas, as people would sell their crypto to buy Christmas gifts. But I think it's actually going to be different because of the ETF narrative taking place leading towards the end of this year. So I would expect the RSI to top out into January and then to come crashing back down into April for the halving. And then we see a consolidation period for an extended period of time towards the end of 2024, and the RSI to look something like this, similar to what happened the last bull run, except just on a much macro scale, on a larger scale, because we see more liquidity flowing into the market cap when we go right here. And you guys see, the spot market for Bitcoin. We also see the trading volume in 24 hours, the crypto fear and greed index. But the most important thing to look at is the total liquidity in the market cap of $1.54 trillion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 53% right now. Ethereum's dominance is at 17%. And when we look at Bitcoin's dominance right here, we see this descending resistance, and we also see this rising wedge formation on the RSI. And so a real key here is the horizontal resistance at about 57% for Bitcoin is where I would expect Bitcoin's dominance to top out. Now, the real key to understand is as Bitcoin's dominance rises, means it absorbs more of the total market cap of the industry. Altcoins are going to follow along in terms of market cap rising, except Bitcoin is rising faster relative to altcoins. But eventually that dominance for Bitcoin will top out and we'll see a reversal. So where I'm looking on the RSI, we're sitting at 70 right here. I would expect going into January for Bitcoin to be the main focus on the media companies. The reason why is because BlackRock basically owns the media. They tell the news anchors what to say in closed door meetings. They have their script writers write the scripts. They send it to the media companies and they say it on all the fake news platforms or the real news, whatever you're watching. But where's the narrative going to be focused on? Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be the main narrative. I know people are excited right now about gaming, artificial intelligence, real world tokenized assets on the blockchain. Yes, but Bitcoin is the main narrative that we have to remember of where Bitcoin's going to absorb the money from. And that's going to be retail money when the media companies start talking about Bitcoin's back. Bitcoin's back. It's back when it passes, 40K. We're already there. When it passes 45 or 50K, the media companies are going to be screaming at the top of their lungs to get Bitcoin. And we're going to see Bitcoin's dominance do something like this. It's going to go all the way upwards of 70, 80, maybe 90 on the RSI. Then I would expect Bitcoin's dominance to top out right around here. And when we see a reversal for Bitcoin going into the halving, if this plays out and we see a break of this ascending support right here on Bitcoin's dominance, I would expect a massive altcoin rally, leading towards the end of 2024 as Bitcoin, starts to trend, Bitcoin's dominance starts to trend downwards. I would expect the altcoins to go absolutely berserk. And I talked about this in one of the previous videos when we talk about USDT, the largest stablecoin by market capitalization. USDT's dominance has been dropping since September of 2023. Well, it's really been dropping since June of 2022, but we saw a break of this ascending support that you guys can see right here in white. The support is on the 8th of August of 2022, multiple points of rejection to the upside, and we recently just broke below it on the 23rd of October. Coincidentally enough, as Tether's dominance drops, meaning money comes out of Tether and it flows back into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the altcoin market, we see an altcoin bull run. So as Tether's market dominance is dropping and money is flowing into altcoins, what I'm looking is this bearish channel on the RSI right here, and I'm looking at anywhere below 30 on the RSI for Tether's dominance to bottom out at down here, and then for us to see a reversal going into the halving and for Tether's dominance to look like this and to see, see like a rounded bottom formation as it comes back up going into the halving. And then after the halving, 6 months after the halving, to see it further trade to the downside as more money flows back into the altcoin market, back into Bitcoin towards the end of 2024. So you have 1 to how many months left? We got December, January, February, March, April. We have 5 months left to see what's going to take place in the markets with Bitcoin leading into the halving. But I think the charts are going to look something like this. And again, I could be wrong. Obviously, crypto is risky, so you never want to invest more than you can afford to lose. But when we look at XRP, what's going on with XRP? Why hasn't XRP seen a breakout yet? And what is about to happen next? Well, if we compare back to 2020, March of 2020, out of the COVID lows right here, we saw the RSI for XRP was all the way down here at 30. Now, interestingly enough, that was the low for the last bear market for one final capitulation event, shake everyone out of their bags. Now, the low for 2022 was June of 2022 when you saw this uptrend start for XRP. Coincidentally enough, the RSI was all the way down here below 30 as well too. And we started this uptrend. You can see this bullish channel right here. You see this bullish channel as well back in 2020 leading into 2021. And one thing that's interesting is we saw this break below this upward trending support right here back in December of 2020. When the lawsuit hit, XRP went from 78 cents all the way down to 16 cents. It wicked all the way down here, faked everybody out, traded below the support as resistance. We saw this rejection right here back upwards of 77 cents when the overseas volume over in Asia, over in Dubai, the Eastern countries, that could trade crypto, because XRP was delisted from United States exchanges. Well, that volume came from overseas exchanges. And then we saw the RSI, boom, push back up within this channel, form a high for the year alongside Bitcoin. And then the bear market started again. And so we're seeing somewhat similar of a pattern play out on the RSI, where we saw a break of this ascending support right here, faking everybody out. We're retesting the support as resistance. Similarly, what happened right here in February of 2021 that you guys can see on the chart, we saw that happen just recently right here back in October, the beginning of November, the end of October, and we're seeing XRP sell off again to the downside. So if XRP continues to see price suppression while Bitcoin and the other altcoins, see a rally, XRP could come all the way back down to, 55 cents is where XRP would stop at. If it goes anywhere below that, then I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to keep rallying up. I would expect Bitcoin to see a sell-off. So I think we're going to stop out at 55 cents. And then we're going to see a spring for XRP, and we're going to see XRP pop back within this range on the RSI, upwards of 70 to 80, potentially 90 on the RSI, leading into Bitcoin's halving. And then we're going to see the chart come back down. So that could lead XRP, I don't know, man, maybe 80 cents, 90 cents. The next zone we need to watch for is $1.30, right around here, which is where this descending resistance is for XRP. So if XRP can push up with Bitcoin, consolidate for a little bit, and see one final push before we go into Bitcoin's halving, then that'd be awesome to see $1 to $1.30 XRP in the short term. Then I would expect just XRP to consolidate through 2024, and then the end of 2024, then to see the majority of the price action for XRP take place. But nonetheless, the cool thing about XRP, guys, is we are in an uptrend. People say that XRP has not been performing well. XRP's up over 100%. It's because you're letting the price action on other charts, completely shift your narrative on what performing well means. If you were to compare XRP to the stock market, XRP is outperforming virtually everything in the stock market. But if you're comparing XRP to some gaming project that has a lot of influencers talking about it and pumping it up, don't let the artificial pumping up because people are making YouTube videos about something cloud your judgment about where the real utility lies long term. Remember, real utility will reign supreme. A good example is Apple. The technology company was founded in 1976. Look at Apple's chart on the stock market. It was sitting at 11 cents down in 1983, and it was only at $1.53 back in 2005. So it took 20 years to go from 11 cents to $1.53, and now it's at $189. So it takes time for something great to take off. And ultimately, if you have more than you can afford to lose invested in one project, obviously that's not smart. You want to have a good diversification strategy. But the stock market's been around for a long period of time, and when Apple came into the scene, all these stocks have already seen the majority of their gains. So for XRP to take a few years is not a big deal. I think XRP is going to perform very, very well over the next 5 to 10 years, but you do have to be patient, in terms of how long adoption takes place with them overhauling the entire banking ecosystem through Swift. Now, I do want to warn you guys, though, Brad Garlinghouse posted this as well too, because there's been an uptick in deep fake scam videos overlaying the words with old video footage from Ripple's events, and YouTube is asleep on the wheel. Well, it's actually Google advertisers, because yes, we do have like ads on these videos that help support, content like this. So, I can afford to eat food before I make my video. So I'm not sitting here, lacking the energy to deliver quality information for you guys. So I do appreciate your support, even watching our videos. But there are a lot of scammers out there that are trying to take advantage of that, and they're using Brad Garlinghouse, they're creating fake accounts, and they're trying to get you to send your XRP to some address saying you could 2x your XRP or 5x, and they're going to send you something back. It's all a scam, guys. Don't send your crypto anywhere if anyone is promising you anything back. And in the comments below, we've deleted thousands of fake accounts pretending to be us that are trying to get you to message them on Telegram or WhatsApp. They just come back with new IP addresses because they use VPNs and they have unlimited Google accounts, and it's impossible to take them down. So the only thing that we can do is warn you. And so share this video with a friend so we can warn them as well too, because once you remember that they're all scams, then you can never fall for it again. And unfortunately, some people have have fallen for the scams, and then they blame us when we've warned them several times. I put a disclaimer beneath every single video. You can see the pinned comment beneath this video to check that out. But nonetheless, I digress. We just need to make sure that everyone is aware of the scammers out there. And since XRP is working alongside the established financial system, is it plausible that the US Federal Reserve may take ownership of XRP and the Ripple network, becoming XRP a kind of digital USD, people have asked. And David Schwartz responded, they could take possession of Ripple's private network, but there's really no way they could take possession of XRP or the XRP ledger because it's a public resource operated by people all over the globe. They could create their own copy of the system, and with FedNow, that's kind of what they were trying to do, just as they could with any other public ledger system, but then they'd have to compete with systems like Bitcoin and the XRP ledger. If the value of these systems come from their decentralization because people don't trust the centralized authorities, then why would people want to use one owned by the Federal Reserve? The design of public blockchain systems makes a lot of engineering sacrifices precisely to ensure that they can't be taken over or censored. They have no administrative functions. It wouldn't make sense to take over an existing system and completely destroy its value proposition, and that would destroy the company. And so that's why the XRP ledger is so unique, because they would partner alongside to facilitate or help the central banks or to help these CBDCs and to help these companies through the XRP ledger to bridge currencies. And so the main thing and the reason why XRP is not taking off right now is price suppression, and we're still waiting for the lawsuit to come to a conclusion because, yeah, it's over, but they still have to get to appeals court, and this really might take a while because Judge Torres set a schedule for some additional processes that extend through April of 2024, and the SEC can't appeal the case until the case has been resolved. And so that's what we're waiting for. That's why the XRP price has not performed as well as like a Solana or a Chainlink or a lot of these gaming projects that are pulling 200x or 300x. But nonetheless, XRP is up over 100% since June of 2022, and it's going to perform well over the next decade. So if you want to play it safe in crypto, Bitcoin, XRP, those are the two top plays to play it safe and also see some good returns on your income. Although there are no guarantees, it's smart to be diversified too. One of the projects that I'm looking at diversifying into is Internet Computer, ICP. Look at this project, it's sitting at $5 right now. If we can hold the $5 support, you guys can see on the price chart, we've been seeing lower highs, but on the RSI, we've been seeing higher highs. And so this deviation that's taking place right now, if we see a break to the upside of this descending resistance right here in yellow, ICP could snap and it could move fast. The next zone that I'm watching until, January is right around $8 to almost $10, like right around the $9 range right here. There are no guarantees here, obviously, but if we can see ICP, break to the upside, hold this support leading into January, this is the next zone to watch for before we see a cool off period and a consolidation leading towards the end of 2024. And what would this be? Well, this could be a giant cup and handle formation as well too, where we see the cup right here, we see the next resistance right around $8 to $10, and then we see a handle formation going all the way until the end of 2024 before we see ICP breakout and test the next zone of resistance. The next zone of resistance will be around $15 all the way to like $23, $24 within here. If you guys watched my video the other day, I talked about how crypto works, where when you break through a resistance and you gain a level, you consolidate at the next level. And then when you break through that, you test the next level, you consolidate at the next level. And then when you break through, you test the next level, you consolidate at the next level. If you lose a level, you come back to back test the previous level, and then you either hold that level or that gets bought up depending on the market sentiment at that time. Okay, so the market sentiment at the time right now is bullish. It's bullish. And then leading into 2024, once the ETFs finally get approved or they get delayed or denied, depending on what happens, again, there's a 90% chance, according to experts, of an approval, but there is that 10% chance that something can happen. So you guys have to be ready for that. And so if it is a delay, well, then that could be what causes the correction going into Bitcoin's halving. Another altcoin that's on people's watch list is Chainlink. This is the king of oracles. This project is going to absolutely crush it, guys, over the next 10 years. So I have Chainlink in my portfolio. Quick disclosure. Yes, I do hold this project. That doesn't mean you should buy it. In fact, don't listen to a word that I'm saying. Consult your financial advisor. I'm just showing you on the charts what I'm looking for, because on the RSI right now, we're sitting at 75. Now I've circled points on the RSI back during the last bull run to look out for. And one of the previous points right here was when Chainlink broke out from about 58 cents. We see this resistance right here for Chainlink. When it broke out, we saw the RSI pop upwards of 75. That's kind of where we popped up to about 80 right here. The first little rally up, which signals that, the favor is in the bulls. So we saw a rally up to $1.30, quick consolidation, and then boom, Chainlink popped up really fast all the way upwards of 92 on the RSI. Then we saw the correction take place in the consolidation period for an extended period of time. Now, how long did it take for Chainlink to then pass $5 again? It took about 385 days, guys. And so what I'm expecting to happen next for Chainlink is we are seeing the consolidation period very similar to what we saw right here back in May until June of 2019. So Chainlink consolidating sideways now, leading into Bitcoin spot ETFs. I expect the next move for Chainlink, boom, to pop up all the way to the complacency stage of this dead cat bounce. Anywhere within $30 all the way to $38, maybe $40 within this right here. And then for us to see a much deeper correction in a longer consolidation period for Chainlink leading towards the end of 2024. And then going into 2025, we pass all-time highs. We could. Now, what would this look like? This would look like another cup and handle formation potentially forming right here, where you see the cup being from the high of May of 2021 leading into the end of this year, leading into January, and then the handle formation to be throughout 2024, very similar to what happened right here from July of 2019 until July of 2020. So for about a year. So all year for Chainlink, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Do we see this, guys, play out where Chainlink gets rejected from the high or the top of the complacency stage, anywhere from $37 to $50 right here, and then we see this handle form, and then we see Chainlink break out to the upside? Could we come all the way back? If we see a deeper correction for Chainlink, then we could see Chainlink come all the way back down to $9 and roughly 50 cents, which is the top of the range that Chainlink was in for how long? 532 days. So the probability of coming back down here is still on the table. If this were to happen, guys, if we see Chainlink push up higher and then we see a deeper correction, or if we see just Chainlink kind of cool off for a little bit and just come down right now, leading into Bitcoin's halving, then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be eyeing Chainlink right around $9.50. I'll be backing up the truck for more Chainlink down here. Now, I do hold Chainlink in my portfolio. I'm just holding it right now. I'm not taking any profits. In fact, I'm just going to hold Chainlink till 2025. If it pushes upwards of the high, I might hedge out a little bit of my Chainlink, because then I think a deeper correction would be coming. But Chainlink, nonetheless, is a great one to watch. Watch on the RSI as well, too. If we push higher, we'll see a blow off top on the RSI upwards of 90, very similar to what we saw in the last bull run. And then we could see the RSI come back down if the rest of the markets with Bitcoin are crashing going into April of 2024. Now, AVEX, Avalanche, lots of gaming projects, guys, are being built on Solana, being built on Avalanche. And so Solana took off. Now Avalanche has yet to see the run that Solana saw. And as you can see on the RSI for Avalanche right here, we can see it sitting at 69 right now. It just barely peaked above 70. And as you guys can see, what happened here back from July of 2021 all the way upwards of September of 2021, we saw Avalanche run from $9.34 upwards of $77. It kind of cooled off here for a little bit, and then boom, we had one final run to the peak before we saw the bear market take place. And so now that we saw a break of this descending resistance in yellow right here, the first rally out of the bear market lows, have happened for Avalanche. Since June of 2022, XRP was seeing an uptrend, whereas Avalanche was seeing a downtrend. And so the narrative right now is gaming. So gaming's exciting, and also these projects that are built on layer ones and built on gaming infrastructures. And so as you guys can see, Avalanche sitting at $22 right now. The next resistance to watch for is about $30. If we can push through $30, I would expect Avalanche to snap really quick to test the resistance, which was support back from 17th of January, roughly between $51 to $62 right here. And then for the RSI to see something like this, to see a blow off top for the RSI, then crashing going into April of 2020. And so you don't have to be the best trader in the world to understand this, because all these projects move together, but some of them move first and then some of them move later. And so what happens here mentally and emotionally that you have to be prepared for is when a project that you're holding doesn't move and a project that you're not holding moves first, it's tempting to sell the project that you're holding and buy into a project that has already seen its rally. And then the project that you bought into has already seen its rally. Then we see we either see one of two things take place for the project that you're buying into that's seen its rally. We either see a consolidation period for a week, a month, up to 3 months, or we see a correction take place to the downside. Then you're at a loss before, we see it rally back up again. We usually see consolidations and corrections happen first. An example would be Caspa. Everyone's excited about Caspa. Everyone's getting into Caspa right now. So they're selling projects that have yet to pump. And then number 3, what happens if you sell a project that has yet to rally and you buy a project that has already seen its rally, is the project that you sold usually rallies right after that, and then you buy back into that one, and it's just the cycle repeats itself. It's like going to Costco, filling up your cart, and then trying to find the shortest line. You get in the shortest line, and then the longest line goes quicker, and then it's now shorter than your line, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get in that line. Then you switch lines, and then the line that you were just in gets right to the checkout stand, and you're like, dang, I should have just stayed, and I should have stayed patient in the line that I was in. That's how the markets move. So another project that's been a little frustrating is Veracity, right? Veracity's just kind of hung out here for an extended period of time at 0.008. It rallied up in November of 2023. It's been here for a month. So yeah, I'm on the weekly right now, so it looks like this is moving fast, but each of these candles is a week. And so we've been sitting here for a month, right? For 35 days while you've seen other projects rally. And so this project rallied out of this falling wedge formation, bounced off of this upward trending support right here, and now we're forming an ascending triangle. So in an ascending triangle, you can see the resistance right here at roughly 0.009 to 0.01, so 1 cent. So right around the 6th of February. And also this could be considered a symmetrical triangle if we're drawing from the wick of February of 2023 to the wick of November 2023. So if we can see a break to the upside, I would expect the next rejection consolidation period to be 0.01137 right here. And if Bitcoin stays bullish, I would expect Veracity to see a move to the support that was on 21st of February of 2022, which would act as a resistance right here. If it can push higher, awesome. That'd be upwards of like 3 cents within this range right here. And then I would expect it to come back down to back test the support, which right now is the resistance of this ascending triangle right here going into Bitcoin's halving. Consolidation period for an extended period of time. Maybe it comes back down to this upward trending support right here. And then in the summer, then we see Veracity kind of cool off for a little bit. And then we see Veracity go towards the end of 2024, 2025 to retest the high. So for Veracity, I'm expecting great things. It just doesn't really have the most exciting narrative right now, but it is a great project nonetheless. They have great development. There are just gaming projects that are moving first right now. And one project that I'm looking at that is currently rallying right now is Near Protocol. Near Protocol on to Tether right here, sitting at $2.08 right here. So the next zone to watch for is right around $3 and then $6 right here. And so on the RSI, one thing that we're looking at as well, we're sitting at 64 on the RSI. So as it pushes upwards, I would expect a breach of 70, and then with Bitcoin, a blow off top for Near Protocol before the halving. And so if we cool off here for a little bit, then we'll see a spring, cool off for a little bit. Maybe we see a rally all the way upwards of $6. Maybe, could happen, could not happen. But if Bitcoin's bullish, guys, the rest of the markets are going to be bullish. And so I would expect Near Protocol to see something like this take place, and then a deeper correction to happen going into April of 2024. Some form of consolidation pattern. Maybe the correction is a little bit deeper than people expect, down to $1.90. But nonetheless, this correction will be bought up. Then it consolidates, and then leading into September to November 2024, then we go crazy. Something like this to take place on the chart. And then the RSI to top out going into Bitcoin's correction as well too, come back down. We see the RSI do something like this. And so you just have to be ready for this, right? So what's going to happen, guys, and emotionally prepare yourself, save this video. I hope I'm wrong here, but what's going to happen is the fear and greed index is going to creep upwards of extreme greed. Right now we're at greed, and so people are buying in. It doesn't mean that we're just going to go back to extreme fear real quick. We could creep higher and higher and higher and higher going into Bitcoin's halving, and I think that's the most likely case scenario where the markets just keep going. They keep going. But eventually, the markets can't just go up forever. We need to see periods where we cool off. So we see months of bearish price action, which we saw right here during the bear market. I mean, we saw 140 days of near protocol going down 85%, and it wasn't just going to keep dropping. We had to see a period of bullish price action. So about 56, almost 2 months where it rallied 100%. And so then after that, what did we see? We saw another 133 days where it dropped another 79%. And then what did we see? We saw bullish price action for 42 days, a little bit over a month. And then what happened after that? Well, we saw bearish price action for 259 days, the final longest grueling stretch of the bear market for 260 days. You just saw your portfolio drop another 65%. So what are we seeing right now? We're seeing the resurgence in the bull run. The bear market is over, the bull run is on. But during the bull run, guys, remember, the bear market's roughly a year from Bitcoin's top to bottom. Then the bull market is 3 years. So 3 years of months of rallying and then months of bearish price action, then months of rallying, then months of bearish price action. So you just have to zoom out, right? Zoom out. You don't need to be the best trader. You need to know when's the best time to buy, wait, and then when's the best time to start taking profits towards the end, the last year of the bull run. So right now, we've been 50, 49, 56 days. So we're creeping upwards of 2 months. Sure, we could go upwards of 90 days, right? So if we go 90 days, that's leading us into the middle of January. So the middle of January, maybe longer. Maybe we go 150 days until March after January. So the excitement might not top out in January. That might be when it really starts to go parabolic, because if the ETFs get approved, guys, I would expect massive money to be flowing in the market all the way until March, and then that excitement to cool off for a little bit, and then some sort of regulation to come into the market, something like that to happen, some bad news to take place, some black swan event, something to happen, anywhere between February, March, and April leading into Bitcoin's halving, and that would be 150 days of a bull run. Then what I would expect is months of sell-off, consolidation, regrouping ourselves, finding the new low, and then that to get bought up from the institutional money. And so that's what I'm expecting. Another project to watch is QNT. QNT has yet to see its rally while these other projects are rallying. We just broke out of this descending macro resistance from September of 2021, guys. Just recently, it's been 770 days and the price has sold off over 80%. We are just barely off of this resistance right here acting as support, and eventually QNT is going to do something. It's going to do something big. I mean, the next zone to watch is roughly around $200 right around here going into Bitcoin's halving. You can see we also broke this descending resistance on the RSI. Right now we're sitting at 48 in middle ground territory. So the next stop to watch, is upwards of 70 on the RSI, somewhere up here. And then we see the correction with the rest of the market going into April. So you can see my thesis is pretty similar on most of these projects, but I'm also watching different zones on them. And you can see if you guys were to measure how far off are we from these zones. This one's about 100% from the next resistance, which is the top of October 17th of 2022, where you see this wick is. So $230 all the way down to $200. So give or take $200 to $230 right here before we see a correction going into April for QNT to find the next low. And the low that I would expect it to be would be somewhere around this right here, $134. Yep, right here you guys can see multiple points of rejection as well too. This was a massive resistance back in March of 2022. So if I were to draw a horizontal array right here, roughly right around $130. I would expect that to be the low of 2024, and then we consolidate and we try and work our way back up to retest the all-time high of $430. So that's a 4x for QNT from where we are right now. A next project to watch is DENT. As you guys can see, DENT, wireless communication, decentralized communication. So this is going to be a big project as well too. The high is upwards of 2 cents right here in April of 2021. I think the all-time high for this project was, I think it might have been a little higher than that. Let me check real quick. If we go on coinmarketcap.com, just type in DENT, DENT. Let's see what the high is on this. Because sometimes when you open up the chart on TradingView or you open up the chart on DEX tools, you might need to find a different chart because it might not be tracking all the way back. Yeah, 0.07 cents for this project right here. And so we're very far off from that. But in the short term, what I would expect to happen for DENT is because we just broke off of this descending resistance through the whole entire bear market, we're consolidating right now, is for DENT to make another major move, quick consolidation, major move, consolidation, and then maybe we see one blow off top before April, but the next zone to watch is around 0.002. So how far off are we from that right now? We're about 100%, 130, 140%, somewhere around there. I would expect the RSI to push upwards of 70, and then to see the correction with the rest of the market going into April of 2024, potentially after April. Maybe we push higher, guys. I'm being conservative here. So this is my conservative approach. We could push all the way up to the highs for some of these projects if Bitcoin really sees a large chunk of liquidity flow in from these institutional clients that BlackRock, Fidelity, and these companies are managing. Because we see $1.54 trillion. It wouldn't be hard for an extra $1 trillion just to flow back into this industry relatively quick, because it's where all the eyes are right now. And we're just barely off the bear market lows. I mean, look at DENT, guys. How far are we off from the low of October of 2023? We're only up 59%. So we haven't even seen a 2x for this project yet, let alone going back to, if we were to go back to 8 cents, not to say that this is going to happen, because the narrative is in new projects right now, but some of these old projects that still are working, have been working in the bear market, would see a lot of liquidity flow in. That's an 8,878%. That'd be an 88x. Will this project perform an 88x back to 7 or 8 cents? I don't know. Anything's possible. If we see $5 or $10 trillion flow in this market, I don't see why DENT shouldn't perform well. The next one is ALRN. ALRN right here is sitting at 15 cents. Now, ALRN has taken a beating the entire bear market, and we just saw this double bottom trend reversal take place. Now, in a double bottom trend reversal, I've talked about this many times. You see bottom number 1, you see this neckline, and it usually tests the neckline in the middle. We see bottom number 2 right here, and we see it break the neckline. Sometimes we'll see a back test of it, but then we flip and do a trend reversal, right? We go into bullish price action. Then we set price targets for where the price could consolidate or get rejected at. And if we're looking right here, the zone to watch is about 24 cents to 29 or 30 cents right within here. The zone after that is roughly 41 cents to 46 cents right here before Bitcoin's halving. And if you look at the RSI, we're sitting at 57 right now. So if we can continue the uptrend and push upwards of 70 on the RSI, see a blow off top, and then come down on the RSI, I would expect ALRN to perform very, very well. So that's anywhere between an 80% to almost a 200% for ALRN. So that's what I have for you guys today. If you want to see more videos like this and you want to see our top altcoin picks, again, subscribe to the channel and go to bullrunners.com, because you'll be able to copy winning crypto traders and discover proven strategies to make money online without any previous trading experience. Just click the button on the page, put in your best email address. You'll be instantly subscribed to our video newsletter, and you'll be notified first when we launch our financial education platform. So that way we can back up our truck together to the bank, grab the bags, pack them and stack them, leave no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology is going up in interest. That's the truth. And together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. If you guys want to learn a powerful way as well too, to be able to create an additional stream of income, create passive income on the front end by helping business owners save money that's free. You don't have to buy a product, and we're actually doing something to positively impact business owners, then listen to this, because it's a great way to be able to generate more income, to diversify into productive assets like real estate. If you want to accumulate more crypto, if you want to accumulate more precious metals, you need passive income on the front end, and this is a great way to do it.
Are you looking for a way to make more money? If the answer is yes, I'm going to show you how you can earn an extra $100,000 in the next 12 months. And look, I'm not some broke influencer just trying to get views. I actually make money, and I actually want to help you. So now that I have your attention, let me show you how you can become financially free. The first thing is you have to sell something. So what are we going to sell, and who are we going to sell it to? This may sound crazy, but we are going to sell free money to business owners. Let me explain how this works. Business owners are required required to pay FICA taxes if they have employees on their payroll. And these FICA taxes are 7.65% of the business owner's income. This is a huge expense for them. So what if there was a free program that was created that helps business owners reduce the amount that they have to pay in FICA taxes? Do you think that business owners would be interested in that? Of course they would. This free program will help the employer or the business owner save $700 to $800 per employee that they have on payroll on an annual basis. And their employees will see a 4 to 6% net increase on their paychecks every pay period. Here are some examples of businesses that we recently onboarded. This business has 47 employees and we were able to help them save over $37,000 per year. This business has 2,670 employees and we were able to help them save over $2 million per year. And this business has 659 employees and we were able to help them save $493,000 per year. Now let's shift gears and talk about how you get paid. If you introduce business owners to this program, you will earn $5 per employee per month. So if you refer a business that has 100 employees, you will make $500 per month. If you refer a business that has 1,000 employees, that means you make $5,000 per month. This is an incredible way to create a long-lasting residual income. All you need to do is connect with the business owner and ask them if they'd be interested in saving money on their FICA taxes for free. I guarantee that they will say yes. So if you head down to the description below this video, you'll see a link where you can sign up as an affiliate. And once you sign up as an affiliate, you'll get access to 2 links. So you'll get a business application link that looks like this. I'll copy and paste this. There's a presentation that explains exactly what the program is and how it works. And a business owner would just click this link right here. They would apply, and then they'll immediately be able to book a call with one of the sales guys, one of the reps at Innovative Health, which is the company that created this program. When you refer a business owner, you will see those referred clients in your affiliate dashboard. And if you refer affiliates through this link here, those referred affiliates will show up in your dashboard and you will see your override commissions. You're going to be making $2 on the activity. Let's say that, your affiliate refers a business. That affiliate is going to get the $5. You will make a $2 override, $2 per employee per month. So if you're ready to build a residual income with this amazing opportunity, head down to the description below this video, click the link and apply to become an affiliate. We will add you to our community and give you all the training and tools that you need to become successful. So thank you for watching this video today, and we'll see you in the next one.